Okay, you guys ready to go?
Yeah,
You guys ready?
go ahead.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay, well, we're getting closer. The countdown is on. As I told the kids, Hayes in the barn. Looking forward to it. We got to get out today. Out in the beautiful weather, but we had another good practice. We're prepared. We're as prepared as we're going to be. I think the kids are anxious. The coaches are anxious. Had our last staff meeting here in the Durats, and tomorrow night we'll get together and get to the hotel. So we're looking forward to it. Should be a great game. Expecting a very, very prepared Virginia football team to come here to Pittsburgh, and it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle. So looking forward to it.
What's Kenny's mindset going into this season opener?
Kenny's mindset is take one play at a time. I think. I mean, I hope that's what his mindset is. You're not ever looking long term into anything. You're looking at where you are right now. And I think it's one play at a time. I think that's how you have to have a mindset. I think every one of our players hopefully has that mindset. Is that you're taking one play at a time. You can't sit there and say my mindset going to the opener is to do this. It's like it's too much. One play at a time is how how we like to work and get one game at a time.
Pat, you said on Monday we're going to run the football. You have 4 new offensive linemen, missing 2 running backs. What gives you the confidence that you're going to be able to do that?
Well, I mean, a year ago we had 3 brand new offensive linemen because it's what we do. It's in our DNA. It's part of what we've done since I've got here. I got faith in our offensive line. We're going to be able to run the football. I mean, this is a game of football. I mean, that's just what we do. So, just like defensively, we're going to stop the run. We got 3 new linebackers. No one ever talks about, how do you expect to stop the run with 3 new linebackers that haven't played? And Weaver's not there. I mean, how do you expect to do that? I mean, we're going to run the football and we're going to stop the run. It's going to be our mantra forever as long as I'm the head football coach here. That's going to be what we do. And we're going to throw the ball better, too. We'll throw that in there as well.
And heading in, has any of those backs separated themselves? Or?
Yeah, speaking of the backs separating themselves, A.J. Davis, and Todd Sibley obviously have, Vince Davis has moved ahead, and you'll see him line up today in the backfield. I'm glad you asked that question because I kind of meant to put it in the opening statement there, but I was just thinking about Virginia because that's really all I want to talk about. But mutually, Pitt football and Michael Sladoon have decided to part ways. We wish Michael the best of luck wherever he goes. We'll help him wherever he wants to go. And really, that's kind of the rest of the backfield question there. And I won't answer any other questions about that. So
I had one too.
I knew you did, Jerry. It doesn't matter. We got our guys and we're ready to roll. It's Virginia week.
I think you opened up your first game was against Youngstown. Is that right?
Yes.
Can you think back to how you felt on the Thursday before that game compared to how you felt on the Thursday before this game in your 5th year?
The same way, Jerry. It doesn't change. As amazing as it is, I mean, it's like after your first grandchildren to the 6th one, man, you get excited. You feel the same. I mean, you feel the same as a player. I mean, I remember my first college game. I'll never forget it. It's the same way. There's always nerves for your coaches, your players. If someone tells you I'm not nervous at all, or maybe you're not ready. I've always felt that. I mean, there's going to be nerves to everything that goes on in this game with our players. Until that first snap, I think it goes away. But there's things you worry about all the way up until game time as a coach. I mean, is he going to be okay? Is he going to be okay? What's going to happen here? I mean, there's so many unknowns with the opponent we've got. There's an opener, and an opener against Albany and Youngstown State is different than an opener against an ACC opponent. It means more. It's a bigger game, and the details are going to matter in this game. So there's plenty of things to worry about. That's for sure.
What about the state of the program, though? How do you feel about this? How the program has evolved in 5 years?
I mean, I guess we'll decide at the end of the year. But I think again, just looking at what we've done, you can throw wins and losses out. Like I think we've got great kids. I think academically we've graduated our players. The relationships are great. I mean, you think about our third program goal is to get to a championship game and win championships. We've done that. We need to go win a bowl game, but we hope it's bigger than a bowl game. So we've taken our steps. Is it a perfect road? Never is. There's going to be ups and downs through it, but the state of the program is pretty darn good right now, I think.
And how
how excited are you for DeMar and Paris to start together? I mean, those guys go way back.
Those two are like, they're tight. And Paris is like a playmaker out there. I mean, he's yesterday he rakes a ball out on the goal line in a period, and just like you coach, you want it to happen every time, and he goes and gets that thing. It's like, he just does stuff like that. I told him I can't wait for his first turnover, and then obviously DeMar Hamlin is the leader back there, and DeMar is by that kid's side every minute. I mean, he coaches them up. They'll be sitting together next to on the bench. Sure. If not, maybe we'll have assigned seats. We used to put a name on the seats to make sure you sit here. I want you to sit here. Might have to bring that back. It's old school. Probably did that back in the day. You might bring that to the game tomorrow, Jerry. But those two are like this, and it's going to be fun to watch. It really is. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. I don't expect Paris or DeMar to be perfect tomorrow. There's going to be, or Saturday, I should say. There's going to be ups and downs as we go, but it should be fun. And those guys have been wanting to play together for years, and I'm happy we're finally there.
When you were recruiting Paris, how much of a factor did that play? I mean, the opportunity to play with a friend and play with. I mean, there's a lot of guys from the area on that
Right.
defense, but DeMar
Right.
specifically.
Yeah, I mean, Paris wanted to be in Pittsburgh. He wanted to play for his hometown team, and that all played a part. I mean, the Pittsburgh kids recruit the Pittsburgh guys, and Diddy Bop, as he goes by, is Diddy, and everybody loves him. So that was a big part.
You mentioned you wanted to pass the ball a little bit more, and Maurice and Tayseer made a lot of plays last year. I mean, who are some of the other guys you think can make some plays in the passing game?
Well, Maurice, Tayseer, Aaron Matthews had an outstanding camp. You're going to see Jared Wayne out there Saturday. I think he's. I've told you, probably 2 weeks ago in practice, he's continued to stand out. He continues to run great routes and catch the football, and he's a very mature kid. So we're excited about him. I'm forgetting somebody. It'll make somebody feel bad or feel bad myself. And Dontavius Butler-Jenkins. I mean, DBJ as he goes by. He's made a lot of plays, and those are the guys you're going to see on the field right now. And Shockey as well. But Shockey's we're just he's ready to go. Put it that way. He's ready to go. We just got to make sure we want him to be ready to go. But he's back to running 22 miles an hour outside on the field. So.
Are you going to give out any scholarships for the first game?
Not right now, no.
You mentioned another wide receiver you put on the 2 deep, Vardzell. What has he done to kind of earn that?
John is a guy that's since he's gotten here, the quarterbacks have had faith and trust in him. He's again, that receiver room is deep, but John's another guy that could get on the field as well. He's got great hands. He runs really good routes, and he makes plays. So he's another guy.
Had a few of the offensive players describe Mark Whipple as being confident in everything he does. How would you describe how he handles himself, and is it, if that is the case, how important is it for a coordinator to have that type of cockiness or confidence for the players to feed off of?
It's really important. I mean, nobody wants a coordinator that's kind of in the dumps all the time. I mean, Whip is very confident on the sideline. He knows what he wants. He knows what he's going to do. He knows what he's going to call. So there's confidence in again his play calling, and the kids see that and they feed off it. So that's how you want it to be.
Pat, we were talking about wide receivers a little bit earlier. Obviously, Malik Carter was someone who made some plays last year. And he didn't appear on the depth chart. Is that more of a case of having depth at that spot, or is there something that you're still kind of wanting to see from him that you maybe haven't seen yet?
Yeah. Jeez, Craig, why you got to ask these crazy questions? He's playing defense right now. That's why you guys didn't ask about the DBs. Nobody cares about the DBs. But he's obviously he's doing a little bit of both. Okay, he's gonna he'll play both ways for us. He'll be on special teams. He'll be a guy that that he's a playmaker. So he's really a slot guy. It's almost like his own position on offense. He's got his own little special position. So thanks, Craig.
How about on defense?
Defense corner, yeah, corner. He can do it all.
You mentioned.
Again, remember we brought him in as a DB, so and our depth is not as good over there.
You mentioned Wayne. Any other freshmen you expect to see the field?
Jared Wayne, yeah, there's Let me think. O-line, no. Tight ends. Kai Wright has really been outstanding. Does he see the field this weekend? I don't know, but he's going to be a great player. We're excited about him, and I mean, his future is going to be outstanding. But I could see him seeing the field this season for sure. And again, just because I don't mention the name today doesn't mean you wouldn't see him. I'm just going down the line. Jared at receiver. Running backs, we talked about Vince Davis. On the D-line, probably nobody true freshman-wise. Obviously, Hava Baldonado will be, to me, a redshirt freshman that's obviously going to see time and get in early in the game. But Bam Brema is a kid that has done a nice job. That I wouldn't be shocked to see that big sucker play later on in the year. I mean, he's big, tall, physical, and he's going to be a really good player. At linebacker, Servassier has done a nice job. He will play for us this year. He's taking reps with the twos, and he'll play for us. And Leslie Smith is another guy. I mean, Leslie was banged up for a little bit, and then Servassier, being a postgraduate, kind of jumped ahead of him. They're kind of jockeying back and forth. But Leslie Smith is a great football player as well. So both of those guys, we could see playing. And then Brandon Hill, safety, is going to be in the mix, little by little. Does he play Saturday? I don't know. But you will see him out on the field this season, I have no doubts. And A.J. Wood's another guy. I mean, A.J. Wood's, he may be the fastest guy on our football team. I think I mentioned maybe when we signed him, he came in and ran a 4.4 in camp, and might be the fastest 40 we had in camp, and he came out and did the same thing. So our watches were good, Jerry, in camp, because he came and did the same thing, and again, maybe one of the faster guys on the football team, if not the fastest guy. So A.J. will find a role somewhere soon. Again, hard to break in that corner lineup with Dane and Pinnock and Damari, so we hope he doesn't have to break in there, but he'll help us on special teams.
What was his 40 time?
He's 4.4.
4.4?
Yeah, maybe 4.3 something, who knows? But 4.4 is pretty good.
Yeah.
So if it's a 4.37, Jerry, I might be off a little bit. Don't quote me.
How much can you take away from last year's game against Virginia?
How much can you take away? I mean, it's last year, not a whole lot, because, this is a 2019 team, 2018. I mean, you hope you take nothing at all, because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. What you did last year does not matter. If our guys think, counting on that, again, Virginia will come in here hungry. They'll come in here tough, and we have to be prepared for that. We got to match the intensity. We got to match the physicalness in our house. Should be fun. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Have you settled on a backup quarterback?
You know what? They kind of go back and forth, Jerry. I mean, Nick Patty's doing a great job, and so is Jeff George. Jeff George really, the last week, is throwing the ball better than he was throwing it maybe the previous 2 weeks. So it's kind of like one of those, something you make a decision at that time. You see how they work out pregame. You kind of, all those things. I mean, those things matter. Like, do you go with the older guy? Do you go with the younger guy? Depends on the score of the game. All those things, I think, matter. Good question. From a pro.
Have you been able to get John Patrician into practice? I know he had surgery this offseason. I don't know what his status is.
Yeah, John is out there in the pads. He's running around. He's had a postseason surgery. He's probably 3 more weeks out from really hitting anybody, and then he's back to August 1st camp. So he's a ways away physically coming in the way he is. But he's a smart kid now. Really like the details he does in meetings and all that. You just watch him; he's taking notes in every special teams meeting. I mean, he's detailed, and that'll give him a chance to get on the field earlier than maybe some people expect.
Anything final? We look forward to seeing you on